Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Bob with Trade Genius. Looking at this uh, breakdown and retrace on the ES. And if you go over to here, this is the daily that looks back 1 year, and we're right at the point of control, the fulcrum, if you will. And we broke down through it. We're drifting back up, but we're not making any headway at all. And if we get one more light rise, then we set ourselves up for a potential bear flag to go into next week. And if we go back to this chart here, I kind of mapped it out. On the 13th and 14th is the Fed meeting. The market's getting antsy here. They want to get the Fed to commit to reducing rates. I do too, and because I'm going to be refinancing my home here soon. And so we have two choices here. One is this is going to be a bear flag to have this thing break down to the next support level, which would be here. Money flow is indicating that there's still people interested in more interested in leaving than in buying. So and this looks back only a short period of time, so it's fairly recent information, and the relative strength, the momentum indicators are all are kind of punk right now. And what was interesting to us is that this broke down to the channel here, bottom. We had a slingshot and a moneymaker, and it popped up is the 9-day moving average, and it basically then started to wobble there and then break back down again, and then that's what broke through. And now we'll see if this thing takes another leg down. And if not, maybe it'll move all the way up to the 9-day moving average and break down. But the market's struggling here, and it's obvious reasons, right? Long in the tooth economic, politics are awful, trade relations are awful, China and Europe are ready to implode, awful. So there's a lot of things on people's plates, and then margins are max, and we're starting to see some profit issues coming into the forefront. So I think they're going to be all looking for the Fed here to talk sugar to them, but I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get the reduction till probably August, because he's on track to try to reduce liquidity and sell off assets until the end of August is what he's promised. So we may have a summer of discontent, and I wouldn't care so much if everybody ran to the miners, but with the dollar, they're just making it difficult to buy anything. And so here's the dollar, and looks like the dollar's ready to leg up again. And right here is the double top, and if it gets to here, there's no such thing as triple tops, right? And we've been sliding up here on this ascending triangle, so we have a potential move here, from 98, from 97, we may bust over 100 here, and it doesn't seem to be taking much pressure from the dollar to cause all kinds of issues. Copper's blown out, steel's blown out, lithium's blown out, gold and silver miners are blown out, and the only thing that's been rising now is starting to fall is oil. And so, taking a peek at oil here, oil's getting blown out. So, we're getting to a point now where there's probably a lot of concern for them losing control from a deflation standpoint. And we have the wild card here. We have who knows what China's going to do, right? And maybe that's why the Federal Reserve's been trying to get assets off the books in case they have to buy them back pretty hard with the China move. Maybe just absorbing all the the treasuries and also just to flood the zone, if you will, with dollars. And that's probably why the infrastructure package is being teed up. Other than politics, that's a good way to bring dollars into the market by deficit spending on an infrastructure package. And then we have here's TNX. That thing's falling off a cliff too. But it doesn't help anybody with mortgages too much until they get they could break that prime rate down, it's killing people. So these prime rates plus for auto loans, for credit cards, for mortgages, everything's sticky right now. And I'm sure they're doing it for the banks to try to get them profit, but the yield curves are inverting on them. So I don't think we get June. I think we'll get August. So, and then summer might be a little rocky here. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. And no trade deal. There never was going to be one, and that'll move off the sideline. Trump's going to stand and live with the tariffs. In fact, the tariffs will pay for the infrastructure package. There you go, Nancy. There you go, Chuck. Have at it. And then I think we'll see the final hurrah in the market, and we'll see those rates coming down, and then who knows what's going to happen after the election next year. So anyway, those are my thoughts, but I think next 2 weeks are going to be interesting to say the least. I just don't know which direction they're going to take. Are they going to try to run it up into Powell, or are they going to try to run it down into Powell? But I think we have our line in the sand, and we're sitting on it, so we'll know pretty soon. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.